Namaste and welcome to my space. Today I'd like to talk a little bit about traveling, and most likely the name of this video will be Traveling and Diving into Life. I can't believe it's been quite a few months, almost 7 months since I've been traveling through Southeast Asia. Well, 6 months traveling through Southeast Asia, and then the next leg of the journey totally unexpected to a whole different part of the world. But today I'd like to talk a little bit about diving into life, just exploring, just dancing with whatever comes. When I left for this journey, I could not imagine, I could not comprehend, I could not think think of the shifts and transformations that would occur in these travels. I always recommended traveling. It just expands the horizon. It it changes you in ways you cannot even control or think about. Traveling, and especially traveling without having a fixed itinerary. Yes, sometimes you have to do it. For example, when I went to Thailand, I had to plan it out, at least for the first 2 months, because of the visa, because it was a new country, because of reasons. But even so, uh, going there with an open heart, going there to explore, it's an amazing experience. And more than anything, you get to meet yourself. I would say this is the biggest gift of traveling. You go, and all that you encounter is more of you. All that you see is more of you. All that you meet is just more of you. It is very, very interesting and recommended. In Southeast Asia, I visited 5 countries. And when I initially got there, I thought it was going to be in a certain way. I was with somebody exploring. But then life happens. It was time for a huge change in my life. And so at one point, I had to, and I started to be with myself and travel by myself and with myself. And that, well, first of all, it was kind of unexpected, although I created that a long, long time ago. It was time for me to go deeper into myself. It was time for me to address, at least to start addressing some old patterns, some old wounds. Little did I know it was just the beginning, but I'm so happy it happened. I'm so honored by all the circumstance and everything that occurred, and how it it pushed me forward. It pushed me, it invited me, it threw me. Yeah, this enlightenment, it's totally different than expected. I thought, of course, humans do and think. Initially, I thought that the whole part with enlightenment would be. Now that I look at it, I was expecting more power. Now having a somehow of a smoother life, but while maintaining some old wounds, and that cannot be. I was expecting more joy, but you can't have more joy while you try to control things, while you still have some deep wounds, and I'm talking here just about me. But once the soul comes in, things have to change, things have to move, things have to be released. So aside from the amazing places, aside from having to lower all my expectations, because initially, while when I did my research about Thailand, about this part of the world, I went on YouTube, and everybody said, "Oh, it's the most amazing place in the world, heaven on earth and everything." But I failed to take into account that it is a poor part of the world, and basically a third world countries. um, some of them were very surprising, like super developed, super rich, super joyful. Others would be exactly like expected, low maintenance, corruption, yeah, just things that are in normal countries in that part of the world. But once I understood that I had to let go of all expectations and just embrace things as they are, oh, things started to be much, much more amazing and much, much more interesting. I started to see how it was serving me in each and every moment. I started to feel my flow again. I started to see my flow again. I started to see the difference between creating by myself and co creating with another. Not good, not bad, it's just a different flow, different experience, just different. I will try to keep this video short because everybody is running out of time. Maybe I will get to do a video about this, but more and more I forgot about people not having time. I have all the time in the world. It's a whole different experience that I have. Anyways, traveling and meeting me. Traveling and with each and every circumstance, with each and every situation, diving more into life, diving more into new places. I forgot in how many places I stayed. I changed so many airplanes. I met so many people. And without even realizing, I let go of bad energies, good energies, all those old labels. It was just life, it was just experience. And this is the main point. I thought I knew some things, but it was from my, well, it was pretty expanded box, but still a box. And without me even realizing, because on the road, and especially when you change cities, when you change locations that much, you I let go of thinking about it. I let go of trying to manage it, try to control it. I just was there, breathing, inviting me, feeling me, radiating, shining, and seeing the experience in front of me, seeing and allowing it to serve me. But again, because of the fast pace, I couldn't bring in all my old ways of doing things. Like, okay, I got it there, I have to clean the room, I have to see if there are old stock energies and stuff like that. It was just energy. It was my energy, it did not matter anymore. I was with myself in full experience. And again, like I was saying, without even realizing, when I got to my fifth country, which was Indonesia, at one point I asked myself, what is it with these travels? Was it just a huge waste of money, or was it something else? And then I started to feel, because once you put a question, the answer is always there. And the answer was, I felt enriched. I felt enlightened. I felt full of light, full of experiences, but full of wisdom also. But it was and it is a different kind of wisdom. It's innate. It's beyond just staying in one place and breathing and inviting myself in. And that is one kind of wisdom, I would say. That is one way of exploring. But being in life, jumping into life with no more thinking, no more control, no more fearing. Oh, yes, this is another great realization. I stopped fearing my energy. I stopped fearing other people. I stopped fearing low energies and searching only for the nice vibes or nice energies. Without me realizing, it just became energy. It was transmuted instantly. Now that I think about it, it was transmuted instantly. Did not matter anymore. And because I opened, I met so many amazing people in the most weirdest of circumstances ever. Like meeting amazing people in restaurants, not just normal people, but people with stories, people with depth, people with totally different than what I knew, like from Shomroland, and with any, there was no connection with my background. Yes, maybe it's the wisdom, similar wisdom as stories, absolutely, because we had to have something in common. But it was very interesting to open up and to share with no agenda, no sexual energies, no seeking myself or trying to discover anything, just sharing for the joy of sharing, whether it was in a big city, whether it was on a small island, just meeting new people and seeing their story and seeing if we can share something or just the moment as it is. Sometimes deeper stories, sometimes just a drink. But even so, there was so much exchange of information. Even so, it was so much about the colors of life. Not seeking, like I said, high vibration or anything like that anymore. Just embracing the moment as it is. I had an amazing experience, and that's why I recommend to everybody, just jump into life. You will meet more of you. You will have the opportunity to let go of old patterns very fast. When you travel, and especially when you don't have it like 2 weeks, when you have a long time and changing fast locations, you have to let go of stuff very fast, otherwise they amplify very fast. And so it's a great gift any way you look at it. So jump and let go, jump and embrace yourself, jump and open up to life. It's just more of you. And the wisdom that you get, the enrichment that you get, goes beyond anything that you can ever think about or plan or control. It's just there. A huge smile in the heart, a huge joy, a huge light, just there. And because I traveled by myself, I had a lot of time to feel myself. Even if I was walking on the streets, even if I was visiting temples or cities or beaches or nature or parks or anything, lots of time to myself. That's the way I created it, and I'm so happy I did. Lots of inner communication, being in the end, like literally being in the end, not just disconnecting and this one and this one. No, no, no. I was in life and with myself and in my presence and feeling and also thinking, bringing the human in all this journey. It's life. And being with myself, I set up the situation to enjoy life, enjoy my company so much that it was time to address some old wounds. I was not expecting this. I thought I was done with some of them. But the more I breathed with me, the more love, self love came in. And then it was time to address these old wounds. I had no idea they were there. Well, actually, I had idea, but they were so painful. They were so deep. I chose a very special being to come into my life to assist me with those. And I grew. I grew. I matured. I opened up to myself. And then in my wisdom, it was time to address these issues of intimacy, issues of partnership, issues with respecting and honoring myself and another person with no agenda, with no without any of the patterns that were in the past. I love my soul. I love how we create together. Sometimes it was very brutal, but again, because of jumping into life, I matured. Because I let go of trying to control my life, I grew up even more. Because I breathe myself so much into myself. Finally, I got mature enough to address these old wounds, and it's amazing. Yes, I am doing it for myself, for my freedom, for my joy of life. And that, because of the fast pace of my life, then I can see how it changes in the physical so fast. From one day to another, just releasing old patterns and then waking up and feeling different, acting different, thinking different. It's simply amazing. And then once in a while, talking to some very wise friends, and just, things just click into place. For example, that old, beautiful wisdom is saying, it's all your energy. Yes, everybody or many people know it, but the depth of it, the depth is layer by layer by layer by layer. And when it's time to remember, you call a wise friend, or a wise friend calls you and just tells you this simple thing: hey, remember, it's all your energy. And then you're like, all right. And it all makes a deeper sense, a broader sense. Everything just falls into place again and again and again and again. Taking responsibility, releasing, and then diving deeper into self-love, diving deeper into love, opening up even more. It's it's a gift. Let's call it the gift of life. When you are that brave to jump into life, when you are that brave to receive yourself, and maybe you're wise enough to create a circumstance that you stop thinking and actually live your life, and you receive yourself while you live life, then you open up to things that you can never have thought about. Maybe I'm repeating myself, maybe I'm just rambling a little bit, but feel into it, if you will. Feel into how it feels to have your wings wide open. Sometimes with some reluctance, sometimes with some resistance, but jumping again and again and again in total trust that whatever happens is there for you. Whatever happens is opening you up. Whatever happens, even if it's brutal. Oh, and I had some brutal experiences. Even if you dive into some of the wounds, you get out very fast. If you're determined, if you're clear that you want yourself no matter what, you will be there to take care of you. You will be there to hold your hand. You will be there to love you, even in the darkest of the dark. How amazing is that? But again, it depends if you're clear or not. It depends if you want yourself no matter what, or just play a little bit more and it doesn't matter. I'm happy how I created. I'm happy to be here to share this. I'm happy that I got to a place where I didn't know I would end up in. I would talk more about that, but very interesting. Life and how I create everything to let go even more. I am bringing myself exactly where I needed, when I needed, for my greatest joy, for my greatest freedom. without even thinking about it, without the need to analyze anything. Just trusting, breathing, and allowing. Being there to receive my aspects, being there to receive my joy, my life, my light, my soul, my presence, being there to let go, finally let go of old wounds. How amazing is that? I'm surprised at how many years it took me to get here. I'm surprised at how I created each and every step of my journey, each and every circumstance, each and every person, each and every situation to get here. I'm so wise. Sometimes stubborn, but so wise also. So yes, I said that I would keep this short. It's 20 minutes, 21 minutes. I think it's enough. So dear friends, diving into life, embracing you, being real with yourself, being honest with yourself, being intimate with yourself, and open. Sometimes you will do this by yourself, other times the deeper part of you will bring in somebody so amazing, so special, that they will help you release in total, maybe, maybe in total love. It's always about love, but also in the sweetness of life, in the sweetness of love, in the warm embrace of another. Why not? Why not do it with a warm heart by your side? Why not do it with a very special being by your side? Maybe this will be the case for you, maybe not, doesn't matter, but what I'm saying for me now, being open to anything. I was not expecting things to work out the way they did, but I'm so happy they did. I'm so happy I grew up and allowed myself to mature to get to this point. Being more free, and honestly, I have no clue with my mind what is the next leg of the journey. But I have deep trust in myself that whatever happens, it's about the joy of life and more freedom. It's interesting to discover life. I've been doing this for quite some time, but this time is very different. No plans. I cannot make any plans, and I don't even want to. I can choose some stuff, but I also have to let go because it cannot be with all the expectations anymore. Letting go many times, even of the dearest things, and then they recreate, and then recreate, and then recreate in my life in new forms, in different forms, being surprised each and every day at how things turn out. Feel into this video, feel into what I'm sharing beyond some words. Feel my light, feel your light, and let them dance. Maybe it's about exploring this realm, maybe it's about exploring others. Whatever it is about living life. Because it's just more of you. It's all your energy. Always was, always has been, always will be. But to actually experience that, to actually live that, oh, it's so different. Thank you for being here. Thank you for sharing this space with me. And feel you next time. Namaste.